Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, high school basketball, the Barberton Magics versus the Revere Minutemen, with veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Tony Whitmer. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening and welcome to Grenell's Gymnasium at Barberton High School for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates and The Stable. I'm Ron Whitmer and I'm joined in the booth by guest color analyst Tony Whitmer for tonight's Suburban League American Division clash between the Revere Minutemen and the host Barberton Magics. Coach Dean Reha's squad enters tonight's play at 2-2 overall and 1-1 in the American Division. Meanwhile, Coach Chad Hazard's Magics are 3-1 and 1-1. The Minutemen are coming off a lopsided 63-42 loss at Talmadge on Friday night, while the Magics ran past Akron Firestone 68-33. We'll talk to both coaches and set the table for tonight's matchup right after this message.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, jogworks.org, for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer here, courtside pregame with Revere coach Dean Reha. Coach, early in the season here, you took a tough one last Friday out at Talmadge.
Yeah.
Have your kids bounced back here in practice since last weekend? How are you feeling about tonight?
I mean, we'll find out. Talmadge played a really good game against us, and we didn't play our best, so that's, a recipe for disaster. And we were supposed to play Saturday at Orville, so I was kind of hoping we'd bounce back at Orville and kind of get that bad taste out of our mouth, but we didn't get that chance because the game got canceled due to the weather. So, we practiced yesterday, and I thought we had a good practice yesterday, so we'll see. But, you just never know how kids are going to respond. Hopefully we do.
And you draw another tough assignment tonight,
yes.
Which leads me to my question. It appears, and I know it's really early in the season, but it appears there's a lot of parity here in the league this year. Do you see anybody as a clear favorite at this point?
I really think it's anybody's league because, last year was a senior-laden league. You had all these seniors, and ended up being us and Highland at the end there, playing for the championship with our last game left. Unfortunately, we lost to Talmadge, but I think it's anybody's. I think there's some teams that are going to surprise some other teams, and if you're not ready to play, you're gonna get beat.
So an athletic team tonight in Barberton, they like to get up and down the floor. What's your key to winning tonight?
We just got to take care of the ball and play together. I think that's kind of been our big thing is, sometimes we have some flashes of looking really, really good and playing together. And, there's other times where, the ball sticks and we're just not making that extra pass, getting that high percentage shot or, getting that rotation on defense or that box out to get that rebound,
So that's Coach Dean Reha. Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Ron Whitmer courtside with Barberton and Coach Chad Hazard. Coach come in here tonight 3-1, 3 pretty comfortable wins, and in a tough loss to Highland. On the whole, very early in the season, you consider it a good start at this point?
Arguably our best player went down in the Highland game. He's our point guard, Joey Ando, pretty much a team leader, orchestrates our whole offense. So that was a rough night, to say the least.
Right.
So I wouldn't say I feel great right now. I'm still licking my wounds, so to speak.
Do you have an heir apparent in terms of handling the ball for you?
Now, Vernon Reynolds he's more of a combo guard, but we'll move him over to one. He's definitely one of the better guards in the area for sure. He's pretty dynamic as far as running the one. We'll see how he does. It's a totally different ball game, you got to facilitate more than score, so we'll see how he handles it tonight.
Prior to the injury, it seemed like you guys were poised to be right there battling for the league championship this year. Certainly still doable. How do you see the league shaking out? I know it's really early, but we've gotten some indication of who are the teams to beat.
Honestly, I think Revere is the most talented team in the league, and Talmadge took it to him last week. So, any team can beat any team in this league, from last place to first place. It's been like that since I've been here for 3 years. So, there's no guarantees in this league, but there's nobody that's so good that you go into the game thinking this is a loss. So.
Right. So you mentioned that Revere lost at Talmadge last Friday. I assume you've seen tape on that. Did you pick up anything you think you can exploit for tonight?
I seen Revere live against Benedictine. Revere's a little young. Their best talent is their younger talent, so they're kind of like us. I think they start 2 sophomores, and we start 2 sophomores and a freshman, so it's a lot of youth in this one. Really just got to be physical with them and, contest shots, and then, handle their 1-3-1, which they'll sit in all night probably tonight. So it just depends how we shoot it, depends how we rebound it.
Do you feel like you need to get up and down the floor to beat them? Do they want to slow things down?
I'm an up and down guy for sure, but I don't know that we have the personnel to go up and down for 32 minutes. That's not our makeup. It just isn't. Like, we have some speed, but we don't have full court pressure speed. I think that Revere would struggle with that. I just don't know that we can bring that kind of heat.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing what happens tonight. That's Coach Chad Hazard from the Barberton Magics. Coach, good luck.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Down the line.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of 2 worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Back here at Barberton High School, Ron Whitmer, Tony Whitmer, Eric Whitmer. We're full of Whitmers up here in the press box tonight for our opening night of high school basketball on Fifth Dimension Radio. Thanks for tuning in. A little late getting started tonight. The change of the game tip-off time. Revere had some issues with buses, so we're getting started a little bit late, but we'll be rolling here in about 8 to 10 minutes. So you heard from both coaches. Tony, first of all, welcome to the broadcast booth. I think the similarities were that both teams feel like it's kind of a wide-open league here in the Suburban American this year. We're just a couple of games in the league season, but there's been some interesting things develop already, one of which is Barberton's going to be without arguably their best player for the entire season. Okay, and here we go. We're started already with some microphone problems. We'll see if we can't get that fixed here and get Tony back with us. There we go.
All right.
There you go. Now we hear you
another,
great. So
this mic is working a little better than my headset, so.
So we were talking before we had a microphone go out on us, talking about the parity in the league, and both coaches seem to feel that is the case this year. Revere already took one on the chin last Friday. Barberton had the injury. We're talking about Joe Ondo went down in the lone loss for the Magic so far at Highland. So I know you see a lot of suburban American, especially basketball. Do you concur with both coaches that this should be a pretty wide open season?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Revere's coach, Coach Ray Haas, and told him this could be a year where somebody with 3 or more losses could win the league title. So early on, just looking to get comfortable with your roster. I feel bad for Barberton. Ondo, not only was there the point guard, he was kind of the glue to keep this team together. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they perform tonight without him in a matchup that might lean a little towards Revere talent-wise, but we're playing at home will help Barberton out, so I'm looking for a tight contest tonight.
Coach Hazard definitely lamenting the fact that any coach that loses their point guard is going to go into mourning for a certain amount of time. He's hoping to see his young sophomore, Vernon Reynolds, pick up some of the slack there. And we'll be anxious to see that if that happens. The other side effect of Ondo being out for the season is there's a coach who freely admits he likes to get up and down the floor, and he's just not sure he has the horses to do that. We'll see if that happens tonight. They'd, I'm sure, like to get down the floor before Revere can set up in their zone.
Yeah, it'll be real interesting to see how Barberton at both ends of the floor handles the height disparity tonight. Barberton, most of their players are 6 foot and under, and Revere will always have a couple of big guys out on the floor.
So we're about 2 minutes before tip-off here tonight. As I mentioned, Revere, many thought would be right up there battling for the league title, and they certainly still can. They only got one league loss at this point. But I think a lot of us were surprised how easily the Talmadge Blue Devils, who lost a lot of players to graduation, were able to handle the Minutemen, who were on the road last Friday night. So already here in the suburban American, some interesting developments. Barberton, a very young team. They're going to start
two sophomores
and a freshman. So they'll look to get a steadying influence from Antoine James, a senior starter, and Marion Peters, a junior starter. So that we'll take a look real quickly at the starters for each team. For the Revere Minutemen, starting at a forward is 6'2" Will Wells, a senior, a 6 foot sophomore Michael Rejas, and a 6'5" senior Jack Parolo. At the guards are a freshman Carson Worley and a junior Charlie Sound. So that's the starting 5 for the Revere Minutemen. For Barberton, starters are Vernon Reynolds, as we mentioned, the sophomore. He'll be at the point. Antoine James is a senior, down low. Kanan Yeager, the freshman for Barberton, the starter. Marion Peters, a junior, and Jameel Johnson, a sophomore. So the clock's winding down here, and they're about to let us know who's going to start for each team. We took care of that, so we're going to take this opportunity, get a little bit ahead here, and take a 30-second timeout.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile-friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Back here at Barberton High School, and just about ready for the national anthem. So I think we'll be listening to the Barberton High School pep band and should have no problem hearing them. obviously was not the Star Spangled Banner, so we'll stick with the band at this point as they play our national anthem. So a great rendition of our national anthem by the Barberton High School Pep Band. Just before we get underway here for our opening salvo in the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Game of the Week from Barberton High School. And thank you for being with us tonight. I want to take the opportunity while we're waiting for them to introduce the starting lineups here to thank our hosts here at Barberton. During football season, they were as gracious as could be, and that's carried over here to what I believe is probably the finest high school basketball facility in Northeast Ohio, and possibly the entire state. And I know our owner, Bob Fritz, is here with us now. Bob Felmley and all of us are just marveling at the setup here in the press box here at Barberton High School. So we want to thank John Sable, the athletic director, and the staff here at Barberton for, again, welcoming us and being such a great host. We look forward at halftime to hearing from Principal Henry Murin as our special halftime guest. And want to take this opportunity to apologize for myself. Trying to switch gears here from football to basketball. A little bit of a bumpy start here. We seem to have our technology working, or at least some fixes here, and hopefully we'll get through the rest of this with smooth sailing. We anticipate a good game tonight, Tony. As I said just a bit ago, a lot of parity in the league this year, and normally this should be a very tight game, but with the injury to Ando, it'll be real interesting. I think we'll get a feeling real early in the game. And there's an answer to my question. Vernon Reynolds will be wearing number 5, not number 1, for Barberton. At any rate, the point was, without Ando, I think we'll find out if this is going to remain the tight game that I was kind of anticipating, or if Revere does have an advantage because of the lack of the leadership of Ando.
Yeah, it brings a lot of things into play. Foul trouble. Just believe Revere's a little deeper than Barberton. More things will have to go right for Barberton to be able to get through this game and stay near the top of the league standings early on.
Looking around the gymnasium as we arrived tonight, I saw a nice tribute to Coach Tony Gatto, and if Coach is listening in tonight, want to thank him for, again, gracious is the word I come back to, being such a gracious coach. During the football season, it wasn't the most successful season for the Magics on the gridiron, but Coach Gatto, who resigned at the end of the season, was always in good spirits and happy to have us here. And I think the same can be said for Coach Hazard here in basketball season. We're about to get set here. Jumping center for the Magics is Antoine James. And it looks like Jack Parolo will jump center for Revere. Everybody getting their jerseys tucked in. And we're about to get underway here from Barberton High School. Tip is up, and Parolo controls it for Revere. Passes in the corner to 14. That's Carson Worley. Cross court for Michael Rehas. The shot from the top of the key falls off. That was Will Wells. Barberton comes away with it. Jamison on the far side. On the dribble. Goes baseline. Looks to pass. Out top to Reynolds. His running layup no good. Rebounded by Will Wells. He brings it ahead. Gets it off to 14. Carson Worley. The shot from the top of the key is no good and rebounded, but a traveling call. Rebound for Barberton was by Kanan Yeager, but he came down and fell down. That'll give the ball on the baseline back to the Minutemen. Inbound, triggered to Rehas, cross court, shot from 3, nailed by Worley. So Carson Worley gets us on the board. The Revere leading 3-0 early here. 7:09 remaining first quarter. Reynolds, top of the key, into the lane. Dishes in the corner. Shot from there. Also nailed this time by Kanan Yeager for Barberton, and we're even at 3.
Early scoring, both teams by freshmen.
Carson Worley up top, cross court. On the dribble. Gets it back to Rehas. Worley in the corner. He'll fire another 3. This time air ball taken down by Reynolds. Long lead pass to James. The running layup good. The senior on the board, and the Magic's lead 5-3 ahead for Revere. Into the corner. Baseline dribble. Back out to Worley. His pass inside is tipped out of bounds by James. Give the ball back to the Minutemen. Inbounding will be Charlie Somm for the Revere Minutemen on the baseline. Somm gets it into Wells. Out to Rehas. His three-pointer no good, taken down by James for Barberton. He'll bring it ahead, right-hand dribble across the timeline. Far side now, screen set by Johnson. Three-pointer no good. Rebound by Johnson. He's in the lane. Nice dish to Reynolds. His layup no good, but a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Michael Rehas. It is indeed the first foul on Rehas and first team foul for the Minutemen. Reynolds at the line for the Magic. First shot up and good. So, Tony, a little bit of up and down here, and that's much to Coach Hazard's liking. If the Magic can keep up that pace, I think he's going to like it.
Yeah, they've been switching up their defenses on these first few possessions. They showed a little half-court zone trap last time, looked to be out of a 2-3 set. He just signaled in another defense. We'll see what they're going to here. Reynolds' second free throw was good. Barberton leads 7-3, 5:55 remaining first quarter. They've switched it to a little 1-3-1 trap now. Worley on the near side gets it to Rehas. Up top to Wells. And pass is picked off by Reynolds for Barberton. He's ahead on the dribble. Dishes to Johnson. Passes in the corner. Picked up by Yeager. Out to Reynolds, top of the key. He'll pull it back and run a set. Instead, he drives the lane, running one-hander, no good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson in the corner to Yeager for 3. Kanan Yeager hits his second 3, and Barberton has taken an early 10-3 lead. Johnson's dominating the boards early. He's got 2 offense and 2 defensive rebounds for Barberton. Somm at the top of the key. Cross court now to Rehas. His three-pointer no good. Taken down by Johnson. He's got a man open up court. It's Yeager. Yeager on the far side to Reynolds. Reynolds cross court pass to Marion Peters, the junior. Back to Reynolds. On the near side, James. He'll drive baseline. Tries to dish it to Johnson. Batted out of bounds by Revere. It'll be Magic ball on their own baseline. They lead 10-3, 4:49 remaining first quarter. Reynolds will trigger the inbound underneath the basket. He gets it out top to Peters. Far side to Reynolds. James now in the corner. He lobs cross-court, ball stolen
Not a great pass by Somm. He's ahead on the dribble. Passes to Carson Worley. His three-pointer no good. Rebound pulled down by Parolo to the top of the key. A missed three-pointer again by the freshman Worley, and Barberton comes ahead now. Reynolds. Cross court to James, driving baseline. Dishes inside, back to Reynolds. Dribbling in the corner, and now he'll bring it out top. Ball stolen away, but was he out of bounds or foul? I'm not sure what the looks like he's got a foul here. Foul is on number 2, Will Wells, his first, team second. Marion Peters will trigger the inbounds on the far side. Lobs in the backcourt to Reynolds. Vernon Reynolds, the sophomore, ahead across center court. Working far side to Peters to James, up high. James on the right-hand dribble has it knocked away, trying to keep it away, and they did call an over back. It looked like the ball was battered into the backcourt, Tony. Must not have been.
Yeah, there was a little contact there. There's a couple things that could have been called. That's what they went with.
So Barberton turnover. Revere inbounds to Somm. Somm driving on the far side. Pulls up. Three-pointer by Rejas, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds to Barberton. 3:43 remaining first quarter. And Barberton leads Revere 10-3. Ron Whitmer, Tony Whitmer, Fifth Dimension Radio, thanks for tuning in. Vernon Reynolds across the center court logo. He passes to James, and a little bit of a sloppy pass, got away with it as Will Wells knocked it out of bounds for Revere. Give it back to the Magics. They'll toss it into the backcourt to Reynolds. He'll bring it ahead. Running out of a 1-4 low. Reynolds dishes inside. Nice pass to Johnson. He's hammered from behind. Looks like it was going to be on the shot. Foul is on Michael Rejas, his second, the team's third. And with that, Donovan Juby is set to check in for Revere. Jamil Johnson at the free throw line for the Magics. First shot up and rolls around and falls in.
Reynolds for Barberton is very explosive for a sophomore. They're going to have to make him go left a little more.
Johnson with his first point. He'll try for his second here. 2 dribbles, sights it, shoots it, got it. And with that, Barberton leads 12-3, 3:22 remaining first quarter. Ahead is Charlie Somm to the free throw line. Gets it to Juby in the corner to Worley. Back out top. Outside now to Somm. Somm cross court to Will Wells. He backs up near midcourt. Back to Somm. Lobs inside, battered away by Barberton. We've got a whistle and a foul. And this one could go either way. Looks like it's going to be against Barberton.
What's going on, Johnson? I felt he beat him to the ball. It's a little bit of a tough call. Barberton's really rotating well. They're mixing up man and zone and rotating very well, forcing Revere to a lot of perimeter shots.
So that's Johnson's first foul, team's first foul. Inbounding underneath for Revere. Out top to Worley. To 24, Jack Parolo. His shot no good. Rebounded by Johnson off to Reynolds. Quickly ahead, top of the key. Reynolds now pulls back on his dribble to James. Cross court to Peters at the top of the key. Peters working one-on-one against Somm. Peters on the far side now. Bounce pass inside and picked off by Revere. Nice lead pass, but not handled by Will Wells. He'll bring it back out top for the Minutemen. A three-point attempt by Somm is in and out and rebounded by Vernon Reynolds. The sophomore doing a nice job of filling in for Ondo tonight. Gets it to James at the top of the key. James drive in the lane. He'll pull up for a running 6-footer, banks it in.
Timeout Revere. 14-3, 2:05 less than the first quarter. Quarter dominated so far by Barberton.
Really nice effort by the Magics to this point. We're going to take this opportunity to tell you about our game tonight and how you can see it. Yes, you're just listening to it tonight. But as you may be aware from football season, these games are all videotaped and are available normally within 2 nights on our Fifth Dimension Radio YouTube channel. It's Fifth Dimension Radio /10 Cent Beer Night. So check it out there Thursday night, Friday morning, if you'd like to see the video replay of this game. 2:05 remaining, first quarter. Chad Hazard, Tony's got to like what he's seen so far, especially out of the sophomore Reynolds.
Yeah, he looks really strong out there. I'm really impressed with the defensive rotations, no matter what defense they're in. I've seen him in 1-3-1. I've seen him in man, and I've seen him trap a little bit out of a 2-3 set. They're doing a nice job mixing things up. And like I said, I've seen a lot of threes go up by Revere. They've only hit one, and they need to attack the basket a little bit more. Barberton's now switched to a 1-2-2.
Inbounds, comes ahead to the top of the key, and driving the lane is Jack Parolo. We have a blocking foul on the Magics. Let's see if we can pick up who that was. Looked like they're going to give it to Peters. That'd be his first and the team's second. It will be a shooting foul. That'll take Jack Parolo, the 6'5 senior, to the line for the first time tonight. Shooting 2. Parolo sights, shoots, and nothing but net. .153 remaining. The Magics leading the Minutemen 14-4. Second effort from Jack Parolo. Shots up, and shot is good. So it's a 9-point Magics lead. In the back court, James gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds crossover dribble to Peters, and they'll reset. Reynolds looking to coach Hazard for the play. Backs off once again, trying to get his team set. Got a lot of space in the lane. He'll take that space. He'll get it to Peters. Cross court to 22, who is Uriah Young. To James. James to Reynolds at the top of the key. Nice shake and bake. Reynolds drives the lane, gets it to Young from the corner, and has his shot blocked nicely by Donovan Juby out of bounds. That'll give the ball back to the Magics in the far corner. Uriah Young is a senior. First man off the bench for Barberton. Reynolds will inbound the ball from the far side corner. Gets it into James in the corner. He'll spin dribble out to foul line extended on the far side. Back to Reynolds, who has opening down the lane. He runs down the lane and lays it in. Reynolds' 4th points on the night, and the Magics back up by 11. Top of the key is Som. Inside to Juby, into the corner to Corley rather. Shot's no good, rebound, batted around, and we've got a foul called. This one's going to go also against the Magics. And that will be the second foul on Marion Peters, 3rd team foul. Peters will take a seat, and returning for the Magics, Jamil Johnson. Johnson, another one of those sophomores, Tony. A lot of young guys out there getting some big minutes. Inbound is stolen away by Reynolds. Reynolds across the timeline, one-on-one to the hoop. The shot is no good, a lot of contact, no call. Johnson can't control the rebound, and it'll go back to Revere. Nice athletic move by Reynolds, but he didn't draw the call.
No, the defender turned sideways. It looked like it potentially could have been a charge, and then at the end it looked like it was a block. The official decided to call neither.
Camden McNulty will check in for the Magics, and he'll give a breather to Antoine James. McNulty Jr. seeing his first minutes tonight. Top of the key. Cross court now to Som. Som's 3-pointer off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Barberton. Lead pass to a wide open McNulty, who misses the layup, and Revere takes down the rebound. They'll bring it back ahead. Charlie Somm at the top of the key working against Reynolds. He'll pass to the near side to Worley. Carson Worley gets it to the hoop, has it partially blocked, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter with our score. Barberton 16, Revere 5. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
And speaking of Cambria's Bistro, we'll be selecting the Cambria's Bistro player of the game here at the end of the fourth quarter tonight. So putting Tony and Eric Whitmer, who will be our color analyst starting next week. He's in the booth with us tonight, making some notes, going to tell me how many times, and there's a lot of writing over there, I screwed up in the first quarter, so I'm anxious to hear all about that. But Eric will be with us next Tuesday as we visit Stowe and watch them take on the Green Bulldogs. 7:55 just underway, second quarter. Barberton leads Revere 16-5. Reynolds dribbling out top, takes it to the foul line, kicks in the corner, gets it back in the corner. He'll drive again, dishes to Johnson, has his shot blocked, and again, Johnny on the spot is Reynolds knocking the ball out of bounds of it. Nice block shot there, and Tony, I knew we were going to get to this. Zlojutro, Luka Zlojutro, and we may call him Luka more often than not. Had a nice block shot
6'8",
there.
6'8" sophomore.
So Revere brings it ahead. Top of the key is Charlie Somm.
Barberton switches back to their 1-3-1, playing it as a little bit of a matchup.
Somm to Wells to Somm. They get it inside to Luka. Has the ball battered out of his hands and out of bounds. Revere will retain possession. 7:15 remaining. Revere looking to inbound, having trouble getting it in. Ball's battered away, but picked up into the hands of Kulkarni. And he gets it to Somm, who lost the ball out of bounds, but apparently got hit from behind. So that is, unfortunately for the Magic's, going to be the third personal foul on the junior Marion Peters. So he's going to take a seat, most likely for the rest of the half. And that's the fourth team foul.
Klein, number 24, reported in for him, senior.
Klein in for the Magics. Inbound comes to Will Wells up top. Wells to Kulkarni. Cross court to Juby. To Somm. He pulls up for an 8-footer and he got it. Nice arc on the ball for Somm to get the bucket and pull the Minutemen to within 9. And on the far side, a silly foul that time by Will Wells for Revere. Got his hands all over the Magic's player on the sideline. So that'll be the first team foul of this quarter.
Mass subs for Revere. Number 10, Tyler Parker into the game. Also, number 14, Carson Worley. And they snuck a third one in. Number 24, Jake Perillo's back in the game.
Reynolds has the ball for Barberton, brings it across the timeline to Johnson. Johnson to James. James top of the key to the near side. Reynolds inside Johnson. Hook shot up and good. Johnson with a nice jump hook. And that'll give the Magics an 18-7 lead. Bringing it ahead is Worley, the freshman. Worley on the far side to Juby. Back to Worley at the top of the key. To Tyler Parker, who checked in for Revere. A three-pointer out of the corner from Kulkarni. They kind of lost him in the corner, and Kulkarni knocks that one down, and it's an 8-point game. Reynolds brings it ahead for Barberton. They've slowed things down a bit here. To Klein. Klein back to Reynolds. Reynolds across the foul line. Kicks it back out top to James at the top of the key. Shake and bake, pulls up. Looked like he was trying to pass. We'll see if that's a pass or a shot.
Looks like they called on a pass.
Foul goes against number 12, Donovan Juby, his first and the team's second of this quarter. Inbounding underneath, ball comes into Reynolds. Reynolds tries to dish it inside to James, who's complaining to the official that he was being held. No call. Ball out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Magics on the far sideline in the corner. And I'm going to ask you about this inbound here when we get a moment, Tony, but I didn't think we were doing that anymore. I probably just misinterpreted. The inbounds comes to Reynolds. Stutter step, backs off now, being hounded by Worley out top, and leads to a bad pass, but another bad pass back to James for Barberton. Ball to Yeager. He drives the lane. He kicks it off to Klein to Reynolds. Nice ball movement that time. Reynolds with the bucket. He's got 6 on the game, and the Magics have their 10-point lead. Worley, a three-pointer from the near side. No good. Rebounded by Revere, and a jump ball is called. Tangling up with Tyler Parker was Jameel Johnson for the Magics. Possession goes to the Minutemen, and with that, there's a timeout on the floor. 5:01 remaining here in the second quarter. So getting a little bit sloppy here, Tony. The fouls are starting to become a factor. Barberton has Marion Peters with 3 already, just a minute into the second quarter. He's a steadying presence, a junior amongst the team of a lot of young guys. So we'll see if that impacts the Magics here, who have had between a 10 and 12, 13-point lead here for much of the first half after the first few minutes. So see if that has any kind of impact. The Magics lead by 10, 20-10 here in the first half. So you've noticed Barberton's changing up their defense quite often. Is Revere handling that pretty well in your estimation, or not so well?
Well, the one time they handled it well, Barberton was in a 1-2-2, and they quickly got the ball into the middle of it and attacked the basket and got to the foul line. When they're in man or matchup zones, I feel Revere is settling. They're not shooting a high percentage from 3, yet they've taken, I believe, at least 10 threes and have only hit 2 so far. So I'd like to see Revere do a little bit better job of using some of the height they have inside the interior.
Exactly right. Minutemen have hit just 2 threes, and I don't have it here, but I believe 10 is a solid estimate. 5:01 remaining. Revere inbounding under their own basket, stolen by James for Barberton, and he throws it off of Kulkarni, and it goes out of bounds. That'll give the ball back to the Magics in the backcourt. Vernon Reynolds will bring it ahead. Sophomore's had a solid first half here for the Magics. He gets it to James. James to Johnson. James posts low. Keeps the ball low, then brings it up. Missed the layup, but got the second attempt. So James stuck with it. And Antoine James has 6 for the Magics. Michael Rejas back into the game for Revere. Handles the ball, gets it cross court to Kulkarni. Back to Rejas, back to Kulkarni on the far side. in the corner to Jack Parolo. Cross court, skip past Arejas, catches the front of the rim, rebounded by Parolo, and he sticks it back in. Give him 4 and give Revere 12. It's 22-12. Ahead for the Magics is James. Ball batted out of his hand. He picks it back up. Nice dish inside. Johnson didn't see Worley coming up from behind him, who picked him clean, and Worley will bring it ahead for Revere. He's at midcourt and brings it across the timeline. 3:44 remaining second quarter. Parolo gets it to Worley. Cross court to Parker. In the corner, the shot by Kulkarni, no good. Pulled down by Barberton. Bringing it ahead is Reynolds. Reynolds to James. On the arc, pulls up at the foul line. This time no good. Nice rebound inside by Jameel Johnson. He goes back up and is fouled immediately by Parolo. I'll take that back. Foul was called on Arejas, his third, not Parolo.
Johnson, who's at the line, I already have him for 8 rebounds, 4 offensively.
He's been a horse, as you just mentioned, especially on the offensive boards. Not the tallest guy, but he's working hard in there. His first free throw is no good. And we stay at 22-12. Barberton checking back in for Barberton is Uriah Young. And back in is Luka Zlojutro for the Minutemen. Second free throw by Johnson. This time rolls off again and rebounded by Revere. Ahead on the dribble to Luka. Top of the key, the pass now the far side to Will Wells. He gets it inside of the big fella who's fouled as he goes up for the shot. Looks like Johnson's probably going to pick that one up. It is. That's Johnson's second foul and the second team foul on Barberton. And Luka Zlojutro at the line. First shot up and right there.
They can't afford Johnson to pick up his third. They're going to sub him out. Number 4 from Barberton. Camden McNulty is subbed in for him.
So McNulty back in for the second time. Zlojutro, second free throw also right there. And with that, the Minutemen are back within 8 at 22-14. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. James out front. Cross court to Young, back to James. James back to Young. Three-pointer from the far side, draws nothing but air. That time rebound inside by James. And looks like maybe a pushing foul on Zlojutro.
Revere switched to their 1-3-1 zone, trapped a little bit out of it. Barberton settled for a deep 3. I don't know that as the shot Coach Hazard was looking for, especially with a couple of key players in foul trouble. You'd probably like to see them run a little more time off the clock.
Yeah, he was a good 4 or 5 feet beyond the three-point arc when he let that one go. Inbounds to Reynolds up at the top of the key. Skip pass from James in the corner to Young, bounces inside. And that is McNulty. Gets it back.
Dribble.
McNulty shot up, and we got a blocked shot for a jump ball. Possession stays with Barberton, and I agree with you, Tony. There definitely was a travel there. Checking back in, Colton Klein, the senior for Barberton. He'll replace Camden McNulty. Inbounding Uriah Young for the Magics. He gets it in, and they bring it back outside to Reynolds. Reynolds to Young. His three-pointer no good. Rebound, James sticks it right back up and in. Antoine James now with 8 for Barberton. Their lead is back to 10.
Barberton's just dominating the glass, especially on the offensive end.
Worley, top of the key for Revere. Now to the far side. Looking to drive the lane. He'll pull up for a 15-footer, no good. Rebound inside by Colton Klein. Ahead to Reynolds. Reynolds will drive into the lane. He'll dish to Carson Yeager for the 3. Yeager with his third 3 of the night. Back to the other end. The shot is up, no good by Will Wells, but we have a foul on the shot. And it looks like that one will go against Colton Klein and send Will Wells to the line for the first time tonight. So Barberton with their biggest lead of the night, 27-14. First shot by Wells is off the front of the iron. Wells pounds it 3 times, sights it, shoots it, got the second one. And with that, we're back to 12 at 27-15. Young to the foul line. Gets it to James, top of the key. He'll pull up for a 3, and right there, Antoine James is on fire, as are the Magics. They have their biggest lead, doubling up Revere at 30-15. Ball battered away at the Revere end. Coming ahead for Barberton is Reynolds. He kicks it up to Young. Take that back to Klein, back to Reynolds. Reynolds to Young, way out top. Barely catches the iron, but James is there for the rebound again. He gets it to Yeager. This time he's off and rebounded by Revere. Pulling down the rebound is Tyler Parker, but his pass stolen away by James. He'll drive, shot up, no good, but a blocking foul on Revere. And we'll see, it looks like it's going to go against number 10, Tyler Parker, his first, and the team's 5th foul. James was in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the line. Go ahead, Tony.
Some of these threes that Barberton's put up lately, I question a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because they are just absolutely dominant on the offensive glass. They go and rebound everything. So
it almost looks like it's by design. Just throw it up there and let Johnson and James go get it. James free throw off the front of the iron, no good. James has 11 first half points. Back in is Juby for Revere. 1:03 remaining first quarter. James, second shot, no good. Rebound by Revere. On the near side into the corner. Worley in the corner with some pressure from Reynolds. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Lob inside to Luca. Luca back to Som. Som trying to drive the lane, kicks it in the corner. Shot is way off, rebounded by Barberton, but the lead pass is stolen back by Revere. Som coming ahead, top of the key, gets it off to Worley. Deep 3 from the near side, rebounded by Young. Young kicks it ahead to Yeager, running layup, got it. Kanan Yeager now with 11 first half points. Revere back the other way, 17 seconds remaining. Worley, top of the key, drives into the lane, shots up and hangs on the rim and falls off. Rebound outletted to James. James to the lane, inside, off to Reynolds, who lays it up and in. Vernon Reynolds now has 8 for Barberton, and that will do it for the first half. Our halftime score from Barberton, the Magics leading the Revere Minutemen 34-15 with a quick blitz there at the end of the first half. I'll remind you that we're going to be talking to Barberton principal Henry Murin when we come back, and then we'll take a look at first half statistics and some scores from around the area. We'll take this timeout to hear from Edward Jones.
Hey students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today because your career deserves a winning drive.
Back here at halftime, Barberton High School, where the Magics, with a quick blitz at the end of the first half, have gone out to a 34-15 lead. And Mr. Murin, we're going to ask you to turn around this way, and we're going to look over here at Mr. Fritz. So I'm joined in the booth by Barberton principal. I don't know if you can hear me talking out the back of my head.
I can hear you.
Henry Murin. Henry, thanks so much for joining us. I was saying, and I'm sure you weren't able to hear it, you've got other duties here tonight, but one of our many favorite things at Barberton is facilities. I mean, top-rate facilities. We did a couple of football games for you guys this year, and not only the gym, which is my personal favorite high school gym in Northeast Ohio, but the press box here is second to none. So thank you for what you do to keep this facility the top-notch facility that it is. About how old is the new school and the new gym? Well, I call it new. I guess it's not new anymore.
Well, first off, thank you for having me, and we really enjoy and appreciate you guys coming out and talking so highly about our building and our facilities, and our facilities are really top-notch, and I contribute it to our custodial staff and our maintenance staff. They do a wonderful job taking care of things, and as you guys know, if you're a homeowner, taking care of it before it becomes a problem kind of helps keep the cost down. So we're really good, and we're really focused on that, and I agree with you. There's very few, I don't know of any other high school that has a press box like this. I mean, maybe there are, but as a visiting principal, sometimes you don't get to see those. And
it makes our job so much easier. I don't want to whine, but we have been in some situations where we're basically sitting in the bleachers, and here at Barberton as well as some other schools, we have a really nice place to where we can bring a better product to your listeners, to the listeners from Revere. So we thank you for that. And I will tell you this without naming names, because I'm not that crazy, but we do go places who are not maintaining their facilities like you do here, and it shows. So voters in Barberton, unsolicited little ad from me, your folks here are taking care of what you're paying for, and it certainly makes it for a fun night here. You have to be enjoying what's happening on the court tonight.
Absolutely. It was always fun, and as a Barberton grad from the late 80s, and I got to see Reynolds coach. That was I think it was my junior year was he stopped coaching.
Okay.
But I do want to go back. This building is about 25 years old.
Okay, and so you would never know that, right?
Yes.
It looks like it opened 3 or 4 years ago.
It looks like one of the new ones, and when we're winning out there on the court, that makes it much easier. It makes it much more fun, and the kids are great to have around. We have a great group of kids on the court playing right now, and they're playing hard. As you guys can see, it kind of brings back that old Reynolds feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And my father and Jack Reynolds Sr. We're contemporaries in the coaching world, so I've known Coach Reynolds and his son Jackie for years and years, and among the many legends that you've had here, Jeff Janiga on the girls' side, you had Kenny Rector here on both girls and the boys' side, so there's a legacy here that's being followed, and it shows. Hey, we're all about sports on Fifth Dimension Radio, but I know your job's a whole lot bigger than just sports. Anything that's going on in the building here as we're leading up to the holidays that you want to
We got finals today, tomorrow and Thursday. We got finals, and the kids have worked really hard. They've been working on keeping their attendance up really good. We're about a 92% attendance rate right now, which is up a little bit from last year. The kids are doing great in the hallways. So basically that's really what we're kind of winding down is the semester finals, which are tomorrow and Thursday, and then we have no school on Friday. It's a teacher record day, and I believe we have a home game on the 23rd in this place.
Well, we wish all the students good luck with their finals. I know probably most of them are tuned in to us on their smartphones right now, but as soon as the game's over, they'll be getting back to the books and getting ready for tomorrow. Hey, Principal Murin, thank you so much for coming up on short notice. We'll come back to Barberton as often as you'll have us, and you're doing a great job. Please keep it up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. We're going to take this time out. We'll be right back to look at some first half statistics and other scores from the area.
Thank you.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza. Back here in Barberton, Ron Whitmer, Tony Whitmer, Fifth Dimension Radio, and we're joined, because two Whitmers is never enough for anybody, we're joined by yet another brother, Eric Whitmer, who will be with us throughout the rest of the season here, manning the color analyst microphone. Tony will go back to his wintertime job as the head girls basketball coach at Talmadge High School, and we'll see him down the road. So, Eric, first thing I'm going to ask you to do is take that mic in your hand and turn around and look at the young man behind you so everybody can see your pretty face.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. So, what did you see here in the first half?
Well, Barberton got to be pleased. I feel like, they're winning every aspect of the game, and Coach Hazard is running a lot of guys out there, and Revere's just not able to hit anything from the three-point line. And when you don't do that and you're not able to get the ball inside and do anything effectively, and then Antoine James seems to be just about everywhere on the floor right now, and he's making a huge contribution for the Magic.
And when he can't get to the ball, Johnson gets to it. The 1-2 punch inside has pretty much dominated the paint for the Magic.
For sure, and then you got Yeager out there lighting it up from three, and the game just sort of got away from Revere there in that second quarter, and they're really going to have to step it up here in the second half to try to get back in this thing.
Okay. Well, you'll be seeing a lot of Eric here in the upcoming weeks, again starting next Tuesday at Stowe High School. We won't talk a lot about their press box at Stowe, but we look forward to being there, and it should be a good game. Green visits Stowe next Tuesday night, so join us for that one. Eric, thanks for being with us and helping us out tonight. I'm going to take a quick look at some of the offensive stats, and we'll slide Tony back in here and maybe take a look at rebounds and assists. For Revere, Will Wells is 1 for 2 at the line for his 1 point. Charlie Somm has 2. Killarney has a three-pointer for 3. Carson Worley has 2 threes for 6. Jack Parolo has 2 for 2 from the line and a field goal for 4. And Luka Zlojutro has 2 free throws for 3 points. For Barberton, Vernon Reynolds, 8 points on 3 field goals and 2 free throws. Antoine James, 11 points on 4 twos and a 3. And Kanan Yeager, as Eric mentioned, 3 threes and a 2 for 11 points. Jameel Johnson with a field goal for his 2 points. And Tony, we were talking before he slid back in. I don't know if you heard how, and you mentioned during the course of the first half, how Barberton's control of the boards is probably the biggest difference in this game at this point.
Absolutely. I got Jameel Johnson with 8 rebounds and Antoine James with 6. Every time Barberton takes a shot, I don't see too many Revere players putting bodies, and Barberton just keeps killing them on the glass. If that continues, this game will be over by the end of this quarter. Revere really needs to get off to a much more physical start here this third quarter to be able to compete.
Barberton will inbounds to start the second half. James gets it into Reynolds. Reynolds across the timeline to James at the top of the key. He'll spin to the foul line, then back off on the dribble, looking pulls up for the jumper, 16-footer right there. Antoine James starts where he left off in the first half, and the Magics are up 21, 36-15 on the far side. For Revere to the near side is the shot from Charlie Somm, no good. Uriah Pulliam in to start the second half for Revere. For Barberton, Kanan Yeager with the dribble to the far side, left hand now pulls up, hands it off to James on the far side. He pulls up, skip pass to Marion Roberts, whose pass inside was taken away by Revere. That pass taken away, and Roberts gets the pass, drives the lane, running layup, good. Marion Peters, I said Roberts, I apologize. Peters with his first two, and Barberton leads 38-15. Pass inside for Revere, batted away and picked up by James. James for Barberton across the timeline. Barberton taking advantage of some errors by the Minutemen. Pass inside. Reynolds layup no good. Rebounded by Johnson. No good. Up again. Good. And Jameel Johnson keeps working the boards effectively. Barberton with a 25-point lead in the corner. And then out top, ball batted around. Again, the Magics have stolen it. Reynolds off to Yeager. Yeager's shot is good. Running one-hander. It's 42-15. Just over 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Charlie Somm. Kick to the far side to Will Wells. His shot no good, taken down by Peters.
Another missed three.
And there's been a bunch of them. James, top of the key. Finds Johnson inside. His shot no good. Ball batted around, taken away by Pulliam for Revere. He'll come ahead. Dribble, gets it in the corner to Somm. Somm, top of the key to Will Wells into the corner. Pulliam's shot, 3 points, no good. Rebounded by Somm into Pulliam in the paint. He dishes off. The ball back, kick to the corner to Somm, to Wells for three. Also no good. Somm with a rebound and putback. Charlie Somm with his second bucket, and it's 42-17 Barberton lead. Coming ahead, and a bad pass that time by Reynolds, his first big mistake of the night. Pulliam comes down with it. Shot blocked by James. Nice outlet pass to Yeager. Running layup, good. And the Magics continue to run the floor. That was one of Coach Hazard's concerns. It appears to be ill-founded, at least for this game. Barberton back in the 1-3-1. Peters guarding Parolo on the baseline. Parolo looked like he hooked him, and he stepped out of bounds before he committed the hooking foul.
Even when Revere goes inside, they're constantly looking to take the ball back outside. The lack of physicality is really going to hurt them against teams like Talmadge, Highland, Barberton.
Revere in a full court press right now. Reynolds gets it in the middle to Peters, who looked like it went off his foot. Apparently went off of Parolo instead, so the Magics will maintain possession underneath their own basket. Reynolds will do the inbounding. And the Magics just have not stopped from that quick blitz in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Peters gets the inbounds to James. Cross court to Johnson. His pass batted out of bounds by Michael Rehas. Give the ball back to the Magics on the far side. Triggering the inbound is James. He gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds with plenty of space out top. Picks up his dribble. Unfortunately, nobody there to take advantage of it. So James has it now. He backs off, and as he's going to the hole, he's pushed by Will Wells. That's Wells' third foul and the first second half foul on the Minutemen. 3:43 remaining. Barberton leading 44-17. In the backcourt, it's Reynolds. He's ahead. Down the lane, has the ball batted away and picked up by Somm. Somm to the foul line, to the lane. His layup is blocked by James. To Worley, up top, Pulliam. Nice dish inside to Parolo. his first bucket of the second half, give him 6 for the game. And with that, Coach Hazard would like a timeout. 3:18 remaining. Third quarter, Barberton leads 44-19. Let's take this timeout.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here in Barberton, James in the forecourt gets to Peters at the foul line. He's pushed from behind.
Revere came out in a little three-quarter court 1-2-2 trap. They need to create some more turnovers and turn them right into offense to try to crawl back into this game.
And I did not pick up that foul.
33.
I don't think 30. Okay, that's Zlojutro. Nice inbound pass to James. His shot up and good for Barberton. His second bucket of the half. He's got 15 on the game. That was Zlojutro's second foul and the second team foul. Nice three again from Yeager. I'm sorry, got the wrong team there. Rejas finally nails the three for Revere, and it's Barberton 46, Revere 22 in the near side. Yeager to James out top. He's looking to drive, now backs off on the dribble, dishes inside. Peters did not go all the way to the bucket. Stolen by Revere, and we're going to have a goaltending call on the layup attempt from Will Wells. So give the basket to Wells. James got up, but the ball clearly in the cylinder that time.
Yeah, and that's a new rule this year. Once the ball hits the board, you can't take it off. That's already been a rule in the college level and the professional level, but that's now officially a rule at the high school level here in Ohio.
So Revere in the 2-1-2. James cross-court skip pass to Yeager. This time Yeager's three is there again. So I was just a little early giving him the last one.
There you go, Copernicus.
That's his fourth. That's the early season line of the game. Zlojutro got the pass inside. And
from Wells, it was actually threw the ball in the interior. Nice interior pass and got a layup. They're going to have to do a lot of that to get back into this contest.
And it won't be Luka Zlojutro, at least for the meantime, as he is given a break by Donovan Juby. James ahead for Barberton in the lane, kicks it in the corner to Yeager. This time his shot's affected, but the rebound taken down by Johnson. Going to have a foul on the floor, so Johnson's layup will not count. Foul is number 1, Uriah Pulliam, his first.
Johnson's 6th offensive rebound of the game.
He has been a terror on the boards. James will key it in for Barberton. Nice move by Reynolds, who dishes off nicely to Johnson, who lays it in. Give Johnson 8 points, a beautiful assist that time from Reynolds. Had a great game, the sophomore point guard. Revere on the far side. Ball in the corner to Juby. His shot no good. Rebound batted around, comes down to James. James controls it somehow and puts the ball in the basket. That's one you'll want to watch when you tune us in on Monday night on WAOH.TV. Reynolds with the steal. Cross-court pass picked up by Peters. In the corner to Yeager. He's there again. Kanan Yeager lighting it up. He's got 10 points in the third quarter and 21 overall. Barberton leads 56-26. Pulliam at the ball for Revere. Dish inside, batted away by Peters. Nice steal by the junior. He's tripped up, picked up on the far side by Yeager for Barberton. Back to Johnson to James, who attempts the dunk. Rebound by who? Johnson. He misses the layup, however. And coming back the other way, it's Pulliam for Revere. Pulliam in the corner to Will Wells. His three, no good. Rebound, fought for, and who did it go off of? Looked like it went off of James for Barberton. With that, a couple of Magics checking in. We're going to see number 4, Camden McNulty, and 22, Uriah Young checking in. James and Johnson and Reynolds will all get a break, as will Peters. So a bunch of new jerseys out there for Barberton. 15.1 seconds remaining, third quarter. Inbound to Rejas. His shot off the iron, no good. Rebound, kick back out to Worley in the corner. His shot no good from 3. And another 3. This one by Rejas, no good. Picked up, back to Worley. His corner 3, blocked partially and out of bounds as we end the quarter. The Magics with a 30-point lead at the end of 3. It's Barberton 56, Revere 26. Let's take the 60-second timeout.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back at Barberton High School, 8 minutes of play remaining, and the Magics have just jumped out to an impressive 30-point lead, 56-26 over Revere. Tony, I don't think either one of us saw this coming, and I'm sure Coach Hazard didn't, especially being down his best player. But Vernon Reynolds, and there's all kinds of good things happening for the Magics, but Vernon Reynolds has been able to steady the ship, get the ball to the right people, take advantage of opportunities for himself, and boy, here we are with a 30-point difference going into the fourth quarter.
I'm impressed with a lot of the Barberton's players. Everybody seems to understand their role, and they've played very, very well together tonight.
Nice dish inside for Revere. Will Wells gets the entry pass from Michael Rejas, and it's 56-28. Barberton ahead on the baseline. Again, there he is, and there it is. Kanan Yeager. He's got 24 on the night. Down at the other end, Revere dish inside to Pulliam. Pulliam kicks it back out to Wells. Wells for 3, in and out. Pulliam pulls down the rebound to Worley in the corner. His 3 is good. So it's been a long night for Carson Worley since the first period, but he gets his next 3 of the night. And it's 59-31, 7 minutes remaining. Nice dish inside by James. He finds Colton Klein, his first 2 of the night. Yeah, Klein couldn't have been more open. Driving inside like a running back that time.
Got away with a little bit of a travel.
Yeah.
They called a foul.
Michael Rejas had the stiff arm too, and instead the foul goes on Vernon Reynolds, his first and the team's first here in the fourth quarter. 6:48 remaining, and we're getting close to that running clock territory. We haven't gotten there yet. But that's kind of what Fifth Dimension Radio is known for, our running clocks from football season. So hopefully we won't get there, get some of these guys off the bench some minutes. From the near side is Rejas. His three no good. Scramble on the floor for the loose ball. Picked up by Pulliam for Revere. He passes it out to Kulkarni. To Wells. Wells, nice running layup that time by Will Wells. Wells has 7 for Revere. And they trail 61-33. Pass by Barberton picked off. Here comes Revere again. And in the corner, it's Kulkarni. His shot is up, in and out. Rebound by Reynolds. What a great job of pulling down the rebound. Outlet again to Yeager, but a beautiful job by the sophomore Reynolds. The rebound, the outlet pass, a thing of beauty. Inside to Wells. His shot good for Revere. Will Wells has got a quick 6 and 9 on the game. 6 here in the fourth quarter. Revere still
He's a senior that won't quit. He's also an outstanding cross-country runner, one of the best in the conference.
James with a drive, loses control of the ball, throws it up into the bleachers at the Barberton end of the floor, and it looked like it went off of James, but the referees are having a discussion, and ball apparently got tipped. Didn't see that one, but certainly could have happened.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Antoine James is agreeing, I'm sure, with the call. Because of all the good things he's done tonight, that probably wasn't one of his highlights. Reynolds looking to inbound, gets it to James and has trouble finding the handle, and they're going to give it back to Barberton again. So Will Wells.
It's a couple of tough calls in a row.
Especially when you're down by 28. Wells has a good complaint there. Inbounding to James. He'll drive, and he attempted to dish it to Johnson, who came up with a loose ball. I like that kid. James on the baseline in the corner. Jump shot for 3. No good. And coming away with it is Pulliam for Revere. He's going to dribble coast to coast, lay it up and in. Nice effort by Uriah Pulliam for his first 2 of the night. Coming back, and that was an interesting drive by James, and things are getting a little rugged.
It's getting a little sloppy out there.
Yeah, and I think Coach Hazard, while he likes the effort, doesn't like the execution too much there. Give the ball back to Revere on the traveling call. And with that, Coach Hazard didn't like what he was seeing. He's going to take full timeout. And with that, we'll take 60 seconds, and we'll be back to wrap up the fourth quarter.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today, because your career deserves a winning drive.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Barberton High School, where the Magics lead Revere's Minutemen 63-37. We'll ask you to stick around post-game as we name our player of the game. So, Tony, Eric, if you can hear me down there, be thinking about player of the game. We'll take a vote here as we hit the post-game show. But I think there's 2 or 3 really solid candidates, which is not always the case for us. Had a foul in front here. Tony, did you pick up the foul? Was that?
It was on Reynolds.
Reynolds, his second foul, and the second team foul on the Magics here in the fourth quarter. Inbounding is Michael Rejas. And
Oh,
he has
threw
it
it right
stolen
to-
on the inbound by James. Off to Reynolds. Alley-oop to James, who throws it down. What a play all the way around. James with the steal on the inbound. Kicks it ahead to Reynolds, whose alley-oop was right on the money. And James, yeah, I got to borrow from Austin Carr here, Tony. He threw that hammer down.
Added a little excitement to a game that's kind of gotten out of hand. Another
Peters
steal
with the
for
steal
Barberton.
to Reynolds. Do we have another one? No. James tried to kick it in the corner to Yeager. Pass a little high, and that'll give it back to the Minutemen. Inbounding on the far side is Donovan Juby, the senior. He'll get it in the Pulliam, another senior. Pulliam working against Reynolds. Kicks it to Kulkarni in the corner. He picks up his dribble, knocked away by Reynolds. Picked up by Peters for Barberton. He gets it back to Reynolds, but knocked out of bounds by Kulkarni, the junior. So Barberton will maintain control on the near side in front of the Revere bench. Peters inbounds to Vernon Reynolds. Reynolds going to slow it down here. Going to run a set. And gets it to Yeager. Yeager pulls up on the dribble, gets it back to Reynolds out top, being hounded one-on-one with Wells. Takes it into the lane. Nice scoop shot. He follows his own miss twice and gets it to go. Vernon Reynolds with his 10th point on the night. Back to the other end. Wells missed the layup for Revere, and James comes away with yet another rebound. James will dribble to the top of the key and get it to Reynolds. Barberton with the 30-point lead, 67-37, 3:40 remaining. Coach Hazard trying to get his guys going. He doesn't want the lull. In saving it inbounds is Reynolds. Peters now has it at the top of the key. Hands it back to James. James fakes the dribble, now takes the dribble, pulls up at the top of the key, now backs off again, being hounded by Wells for Revere. Peters now on the near side. He finds James inside. Nice look and nice shot by James. James now with 21 on the night. Pulliam for Revere gets it into the lane. Hammered on the way to the hole. Looks like it may have been Peters picking up his 4th for Barberton.
I think you got Johnson. No, you're right.
Marion Peters with his 4th foul, and the 3rd team foul, but Pulliam was shooting, so he'll go to the line, and he'll shoot 2. Checking in for the first time tonight will be Dominic Parolo at the next opportunity for Revere, along with Parker Downby, and returning Tyler Parker, who we saw in the first half. And several subs getting ready to check back in for Barberton as well. We'll pick those up as we can. Pulliam at the line for the first of 2. Rolls around and falls off. So Barberton for the first time tonight, we see Javante Brandon, and returning Uriah Young and Colton Klein for the Magics. So a nice night of work by Johnson, James, and Reynolds. Sounds like a law firm.
Yes.
They were laying down the law tonight on the boards for sure.
Getting a rest the last 3 minutes, well deserved.
Pulliam hit that second free throw. It's Barberton 69, Revere 38. In the backcourt, Colton Klein gets it to Marion Peters. Peters will back off on the dribble. He's looking to run a play. A double team comes and he gets it over to Young. Young baseline to Klein. Kicks it back out to Yeager. Yeager cross court to Peters. Peters in the corner to Young. His 3-pointer in and out. And rebound knocked around and taken by Parker Downby for Revere. Downby gets it to Tyler Parker. His spin dribble in the lane. Kicks it in the corner to Dominic Parolo. He hits the 3. And it's a 69-41 game. 2:06 remaining. Forecourt. Uriah Young, top of the key for Barberton. Gets a screen from Klein. Skip pass, cross court. And the pass from Javante Brandon is knocked away and picked up by Revere. Coming ahead on the dribble for Revere is 21, Parker Downby. His shot no good. Coming back the other way, a nice dish to Klein for Barberton. Colton Klein with his second bucket, and a nice feed from Kanan Yeager. Top of the key is Carson Worley for Revere. He gets it to the far side now, top of the key. Tyler Parker to the foul line, into the lane. Looked like it was blocked, but gonna get a little bit too much of the arm, and that will go against Colton Klein, his second, team's fourth. And going to the line is Tyler Parker for Revere. 1:13 remaining. Remind you to stay tuned for our Cambria's Bistro Player of the Game announcement in the Cambria's Bistro post-game report. And, we'll take a vote on that during our commercial timeout. Get back with that information. First shot up and no good by Tyler Parker. Checking in for Barberton, some more first-timers for tonight. We got Noah Wright checking in. And
assuming number one is Dallas Robertson.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Since Reynolds switched to 5, so we got Dallas Robertson, and we got one other second shot good by Parker. Also in the game, Brandon checking back in. So Barberton gets it in the lane, and that was Cash McKinney. Had a nice JV ball game, but has that pass batted away. Revere in the forecourt, shot up and no good by Dominic Parolo. And coming ahead is Dallas Robertson. Robertson gets it to Colton Klein, a whistle and a foul. We'll see who they...
It was on number 10.
Number 10 is...
a little bit unnecessary, too. He's going to have to watch that.
Tyler Parker picks up the foul, so Barberton will inbound under their own basket. Triggering the inbound is Cash McKinney. 45.8 remaining in the game. McKinney throws it inbounds, and it's rolling loosely, picked up by Worley for Revere. Had it knocked out by Colton Klein from Barberton. So Revere gets the ball back. They trail by 29 points here with 43.9 remaining from Barberton High School. Inbound to Worley. Has it slapped away by McKinney. Picks it back up. Worley to the hoop. Nice left-hander and good. Nice move by the freshman. His 5th point of the quarter and 8th of the night. McKinney for Barberton. And we had a travel called on McKinney. It was actually Robertson who dished the ball to McKinney. 25.6 left. Barberton leading 71-44. Revere in the backcourt. Tyler Parker working against Robertson. In the corner, nice fake and take by number 21, Parker
Tough
Downby.
Shot off the glass.
Really nice offensive move. Downby and his teammate Parolo trying to come up with a loose ball. Can't. The shot no good from Barberton's Javante Brandon. Ball batted out of bounds, giving it back to the Magics. Nope. To the Minutemen with 1.1 second remaining. So they'll touch it inbounds, and we'll be done with the opening game of the Fifth Dimension Radio High School basketball season. Stick with us, fans. After these messages, we'll be back with the announcement of our Cambria's Bistro Player of the Game, our final from Barberton. And boy, they took the score down quick, didn't they, Tony?
Yes, they did.
I'm going to say it was 71-46 until somebody can dispute me on that. We'll take these timeouts and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds. the rich traditions of Italian cuisine, and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at Barberton High School, where our final tonight was the Barberton Magic 71, the Revere Minutemen 46. So it's that time, our first of the year for basketball, our Cambria's Bistro Player of the Game. As Player of the Game, we'll get a nice $25 gift card to go eat at the lovely Cambria's Bistro in Wadsworth. And a lot of great performances tonight, especially for Barberton. And but the brain trust here, if you can lean in, Eric, a little bit here. How often do you get three Whitmers agree on anything? But we have come up with our player of the game, and before I tell you who it is, I'll tell you what he did offensively, at least. Scoring-wise, he had 21 points on the night, including 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 twos and a 3. One of the very few things he did wrong was he was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And we're talking about Antoine James, our Cambria's Bistro Player of the Year. Tony, it wasn't all about points for James tonight.
No, we tried to keep some unofficial stats here. I had him for 9 rebounds. He could have had a 10th in there. He had a couple of block shots, and I believe he had at least 3 steals as well. So he did a little bit of everything. But you're right. There's 4 kids from Barberton that all played well tonight that we could have given that award to, but James did a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Again, all these are unofficial statistics, but I got Kanan Yeager, 26 points to lead all scorers tonight, including 6 threes on the night. So there's 18 of his points right there. James with 21. Vernon Reynolds, I mentioned him, and Coach Hazard was a little concerned. He was going to be without Joe Ondo tonight and putting a lot on Vernon Reynolds. And, boy, Tony, what a great game he had. He came up with 10 points, but that doesn't begin to talk about the game that he kept them under control, several key rebounds, some steals. We didn't have assists tonight, but he had a bunch of them. I'm sure of that.
Moving over to point guard is a unselfish act, so it probably limits a little bit of the scoring that he's going to do at this point, but he made everybody better, and that's your job as a point guard.
And the guy that we mentioned throughout the night who was doing the dirty work on the glass, Jameel Johnson, the sophomore, and he's got a couple more years after the year that's just started. And if tonight's any indication, he's going to be a lot to be reckoned with throughout the course of this season.
I had him unofficially for 12 rebounds, 7 on the offensive end alone.
A beautiful game on the glass. He also contributed 8 points for the Magic. So Colton Klein had a couple of buckets late. Marion Peters got into foul trouble. The junior, he only had a bucket on the night, but he did some of the unsung work when he wasn't getting in foul trouble, picking up loose balls, peeling some rebounds. So, and I want to mention this. I told Marion before the game I'd give him a shout-out. So if you listen to Fifth Dimension Radio at all, you know one of our major sponsors is Jobs for Ohio's Graduates. Well, Marion is a Jobs for Ohio's Graduates student here at Barberton High School, and in fact saw me in the hallway before the game and said, "I know you," and he had heard me speak at one of their public events. So shout out to Marion Peters, and I'm sure he's going to have a solid season. Hey, Revere kind of got ambushed, Tony. Not what they were expecting tonight, but some nice performances for them. Will Wells came up with 6 points in the fourth quarter to have 9 on the night, and I believe that leads the Revere. They had Carson Worley with 8, Jack Parolo with 8. So the 9 points for Wells led the Revere Minutemen. But boy, Friday night took it on the chin at Talmadge, and Coach lamented the fact they didn't really get a chance to get that good mojo back because they got snowed out on Saturday. And like I said, they kind of got ambushed here at Barberton tonight. So Revere's got some fixing to do.
They have some work to do. The 2 games that I've witnessed them play, they've shot the ball very poorly from 3.
Yeah.
They don't have a physical presence inside. They have some bigger guys, but it doesn't look like that's what they're geared to do. So they're going to have to knock down some shots or get a little more creative. They had a couple of moments in zone traps. They created some turnovers. Barberton did end up turning the ball over tonight. I had them for 17 turnovers. Revere just couldn't capitalize enough off of those turnovers by knocking down shots at the other end.
Yeah, unofficially I have Revere hitting 5 threes on the night, but they easily took 25 to 30 threes.
And 2 or 3 of those threes were later in the game after it had already been decided.
Right. So work to do there. I think Coach Hazard's got to be thrilled. He knows it's early in the season. He knows lots of things can change, but he's got to have a good feeling now about his position in the league. They go to 4-1 overall, 2-1 in the league, and the league appears to be up for grabs. Their only losses when they lost their assumed best player, and only lost that game on the road at Highland by 5. So that's a tough place to play, as you well know, and many of us who have coached there know. So it's going to be an interesting season here in the Suburban League. American Conference in particular. Will be in the Suburban National Conference next Tuesday, where Eric Whitmer will join me as the Bulldogs host the Green Bulldogs. I didn't even think of that till just now. We're going to have the Battle of the Bulldogs next Tuesday night. Should be a good one. Another up-and-down team, Stowe, has had some really good moments and some really not-so-good moments. So we'll see if they can put it back together next Tuesday night.
They'll have to play well. Green has a really nice sophomore class. They may struggle a little bit this year in the Federal League, but Green is definitely a team that's up and coming.
We're going to take one last time out to pay some bills here. We'll be back and we'll take a quick look at some scores from the area, and then it's on to next week.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, jogworks.org, for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. 1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Okay. We are back at Barberton High School to wrap it up here in our scoreboard post-game show. So a couple of just one score that we have, Tony, from the Suburban American, and that was, do you have that in front of you? I can.
No.
Okay, well, I'll go right back there and pick that one up then. Talmadge was leading in the third quarter over Aurora 37-25. And in the Suburban National, where we'll be next week, in the fourth quarter, Stowe Monroe Falls trailing North Royalton 65-54. Wadsworth trailing Nordonia in the fourth quarter 54-42. And I think the national division on the boys' side is starting to look somewhat similar to the American, although looks like Hudson may be in a position here early to create some distance. No score on their game with the other undefeated team in the league, Brecksville Broadview Heights, tonight. Very interested to see what happens with that one.
Yeah, if Talmadge can hold on tonight, that'll give everybody at least one league loss except for Highland. But Highland has played a heavy home schedule so far, so things are definitely going to be very tight in the American side of the league.
So we'll be also visiting some of the schools in the Metro Athletic Conference this season. We do have some finals. Well, actually, those are, now that I'm looking a little closer, those are from Saturday. So you've all probably seen those. But what the heck, Streetsboro took it on the chin from Cog Valley Christian Academy, 77-38. Norton was all over Northwestern, 72-21. And Woodridge pounded on Chippewa, 75-49. So that was this past Saturday. So that's all we have to report here in the Akron area. Season just getting underway, and it'll be ramped up here, especially right after the holidays. But many of the teams are playing through the holidays this year. Didn't get a chance to talk to you too much, but briefly, Bob told me tonight we're going to try to get out and do one of your Talmadge girls games here before the end of the season, and we may be at Coventry potentially. Don't want to write that one in ink yet, for a girls game, Lake against Coventry. Am I right? On the 30th, on December 30th. So how's your team doing? What are the prospects for you in the Suburban American for the Talmadge girls?
We took a tough loss at Copley early in the year. We got beat by 2, had a 5-point lead with 2.5 to go. Then had to play at Highland, the two strongest teams in the league, so we dropped both of those. We've won the other games. We have a tough one tomorrow night at home against Aurora. Highland, Copley, and Highland have been the class of the league, but Talmadge, Aurora, Kent, all programs that are on the upswing that on a given night can beat anybody in the league. And then we have some rebuilding programs in the league too.
And I know you, especially this year, want to make as much noise as you can because next year you move to a new league. Can you briefly tell us about what that entails?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, it's going to change some rivalries for us. We're not sure how long the MAC may be set up as a 10-team league. There are some rustlings and rumors that it may drop down to 8, which is really where people want it, but we'll see. It's schools a little more our size in that conference, and
right,
we'll be scheduling the toughest non-league games we can find. This year we're playing 3 federal league teams, and we'll probably make that a tradition of scheduling some of the biggest teams we can, and some of the teams that we've left. I've talked to some of the coaches in the league, including Highland's coach, and we'd like to continue to play in the best schedule we can play.
So Tony is being very politically correct in not mentioning who those 8 and or 10 teams would be in the Metro Athletic next year. But I'm bound by no school system. So I can tell you the teams that, to my knowledge, are in at this point, and then you can do your subtraction and addition however you'd like. But it appears these teams for sure should be in the league Metro Athletic Conference next year. That's Woodridge, Norton, Streetsboro, Field, Cloverleaf, Talmadge, Kent, and Cuyahoga Falls. I can't guarantee you that's accurate, but and there are a couple of names missing there because there is another league with that may or may not happen. That sounds like it probably is. We've been coy about that all football season, and we'll get on top of that, and hopefully very soon after the first of the year we'll have an announcement that we can make on that. But always interesting, especially in the last 5 to 10 years with movement from one league to another. The suburban American obviously is going to change next year when Talmadge, Kent, and help me out here, Cuyahoga Falls move over, and so we'll see. But thanks so much for pinch hitting tonight.
Thanks for
As it turns out, so people who are curious by nature might be wondering, well, if Eric Whitmer is going to be the color analyst and Tony Whitmer was sitting in for Eric Whitmer, why is Eric Whitmer sitting there with you? Well, things change, schedules change. So we're thrilled to have Eric sitting with us tonight to kind of get an eye on it. Tony, I believe first time you've ever done this.
First time I've done it in 20-some years.
Okay.
I used to do it at Hudson when I was the girls' coach at Hudson. I do the boys' games on the local cable station.
Great. So, and I do remember that now that you said that. But it's been a while.
Long time.
Yeah, kind of like me with football where it was 40-some years. So thanks for sitting in for us. I want to thank Bob Fritz and our owner who's manning the camera you can't see, and he's trying to make me look good, and that's always a challenge. And Bob Felmley, you want to get him on the camera over here because he's the only guy that really matters here, because if Mr. Felmley says we ain't doing it, then we ain't doing it. So thanks, Bob, for letting us get started a little earlier than you would have liked, I'm sure. But we've got a nice schedule of about 10 games, right, Bob? And hopefully going to embellish that with maybe a couple of girls. And it'll be a really nice season. So next week from Stowe, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll work out whatever bugs we had, and we'll be back to talk to you Tuesday night from Stowe. And once again, the final score from Barberton, the Barberton Magic 71 and the Revere Minutemen 46.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.